It's red, it ramps, has pseudo card draw. That's why Magda, Brazen Outlaw, is my mono red commander. Alright, Magda, Brazen Outlaw is a 2/1 dwarf. Other dwarves you control get +1/+0. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. Sacrifice 5 treasure. Search your library for an artifact or a dragon card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. This is an amazing, very unassuming commander. We are running 33 lands. Probably the least amount of lands I run in any deck. Wow, look how beautiful they are. The only non-basic land is the Spine Rock Knoll with that hideaway effect. But she's going to get you, being Magda, she's going to get you what you need as far as mana goes, so you'd rather fill up the tank with some gas. Alright, we're going to start off with our dwarves, which you need to tap, because Magda does not have to tap herself. And of course, you're going to run the 7 dwarves. They're all going to be getting you treasures with their mining. You got the Fearless Liberator, Assault Cavalier. Now, you'll notice all these dwarves. This is the Spark Mage. Don't let the different language fool you. It's not a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Notice that their mana, their CMC, 1s and 2s. And man, look how seductive that dwarf is. Dwarven Miner, Enslaved Dwarf. 1, 2. Dwarven Recruiter, probably the most expensive dwarf in this deck. He's 3. And he's going to bring all your dwarves to the top of the deck, which is something you want. Vault Robber, 2 mana. The old school Dwarven Warriors for 3. And then my favorite, really not that great for this deck, but I had to put him in, is Torbran, Thane of Redfell. Dwarven Weaponsmith. So those are our dwarves. We need them to tap to get us treasures. Very key component to this deck. Then you got to get, what are you going to spend your treasures on? The Hellkite Tyrants, the Akum Hellkites, Hoarding Dragon, Steel Hellkite, Utvara Hellkite, my favorite dragon in this deck. Freyjam Regent, Horde Smelter Dragon, Flame Blast Dragon, Gadrak, get you some more treasures. Spawn of Thraxes, Hellkite Igniter, Molten Steel Dragon, Hellkite Charger. This will go infinite as long as you have 7 dwarves. Oddly enough, this can go infinite as long as you're able to tap them and get them through. The interesting thing, there's an interesting artifact that will turn all your dragons into dwarves, and that will just outright win you the game. What I love about this deck, the classic Sheep and Dragon, what I love about this deck is it does something that most EDH decks don't do anymore, and that's win by combat. Rapacious Dragon, get you some more treasure tokens, man. Thundermaw Hellkite lets you come through. Taps all the other flying creatures. Scourge of the Throne. Guarded Hellkite. Dragon Maze, this is going to refill your hand. Honestly, you don't always want to refill your hand, so it's nice to have the option to just pick him out, search for him, tutor for him whenever you do. Nesting Dragons, what's beautiful is you can, every time you get a landfall, you get one of these 0/2 dragons. Eventually, you can turn them into dwarves and tap them as well. So those are our dragons. This is how we kill our opponent. It's fun. You get to search for them with the treasures. This deck is awesome. What's also good, you got that two mana CMC. With 2 mana CMC, you're going to get your commander out. If someone blows it up, 4 mana, not a big deal. You probably got some treasures to do it. Very resilient deck. Let's get to our vehicles. This is how we tap our creatures. All right, it makes sense. Dwarves and vehicles, like a mining cart, a gilded assault cart. You can tap all of your dwarves into this one cart. Do a little clown car thing going on. It protects your dwarves. They ain't got to come in and attack. And you just need one vehicle out. Cultivate the Caravan. What's nice is it'll tap for more mana if you need it. Dermotaxi, Mobile Garrison is great because you can get an extra treasure out because you untap one of your dwarves. Heart of Crane, the Sky Skiff. What's nice is just if you want to win with some flavor, someone's low, is you put your Hellkite Tyrant in a Sky Skiff. Super fun, killing somebody that way. Then we get the Lightning Greaves. You want your commander out, protected, and tapping quickly. The Academy Manufacturer. This is a newer card. If you create a clue, food, or treasure token, you're going to be creating lots of treasure tokens. Instead, create one of each. So every time you tap one dwarf, you're getting a food, a clue, and a treasure, and it's beautiful. The Bag of Holding. This is the kind of card draw that you want in this deck. You don't want to draw into your dragons because you're not going to be able to search for them then. So you get this every time you're discarding cards. Then you pay 4 mana eventually and you bring all those cards back to your hand. So you're getting use out of the cards you've already discarded. Battle Mage's Bracers. This is going to double. So you pay 5 mana, 5 treasures. You tap a mana into her or into the Bracers. And now you're searching for an artifact and a dragon. 2 artifacts, 2 dragons. Do what you want. Dwarven Hammer brings out some dwarves. It's nice. Here's one of the best, probably the second best artifact in this. The Cryptic Gateway. Tap 2 1-tap creatures you control. You may put a creature card from your hand into play that shares a creature type with each creature this way. So it lets you tap your dwarves and then bring in dwarves for free, or tap your dragons. And if you did get stuck with some big boys in your hand, you tap a couple dragons that you're getting out already, and you use them as just mana to bring out more dragons. It works together. It's beautiful. This one's on the chopping block, but I wanted to try it out since it's a newer card. Liquid Metal Torque. Basically, you turn something into an artifact, and you or someone else in the game blows it up. It could be fun. Now, Maskwood Nexus is the best artifact in this game. All dragons are dwarves. All dwarves are dragons. It's beautiful. So you're swinging in with 5 dragons, and guess what? You're creating 5 more tokens to bring out another dragon. It works beautifully. Also with Udvara Hellkite, if you're swinging in with your dwarves, guess what? They're also dragons. So every time you're swinging with a dwarf, you're creating a treasure token and, a 6/6 flying dragon. No big deal. Now we're getting to our instances and sorceries. Seize the Spoils. You discard a card, you make 2 treasure, draw 2 cards, make treasure tokens. Create a treasure token, sorry. Dwarven Reinforcements, create 2, also has Foretell. If you need to break up that mana, but 2 dwarves for 1 card is beautiful. Here's where you can destroy that artifact. Also, creature with Defender, doesn't really matter. Insult and Injury, this basically is going to get you some double damage, win the game. Bolt Bend, this is going to just kind of act as a counter spell for anyone who's targeting your commander. That's really the only thing I use it for. Brass's Bounty. For each land you control, create a treasure token. Easy enough. Then Sarkhan the Masterless. You can either make him a dragon, you can create a dragon token, or, best of all, whenever all your dwarves are dragons, all your dragons are dwarfs, someone attacks you, they're all dealing 1 damage to that creature, killing stuff before it comes in. You're going to want to have haste, so you can tap all of your dwarves as soon as they come in. What's nice about the vehicles is your creatures can come in and the vehicles will tap them. So they don't even need to have haste, but this is for when you don't have vehicles out, or if you just bring out a dragon. Curse of Opulence is just huge mana ramp. You're going to be attacking anyway. Other people are going to be attacking. It's not treasure tokens. It would be amazing if it was, but it's still gold tokens that's going to let you cast anything from your hand. And you're going to empty your hand so that you can refill it. Kind of same deal with the Shiny Impetus. You put it on someone else's creature, or you put it on your own. Give them +2/+2, protect them a little bit, and get that treasure token. And then the Molten Echoes. This is amazing. All right, you bring in a giant, big, thick boy. You bring in an Utvara Hellkite. Now you got 2 for a turn. Every dragon you create with that Utvara is gonna be doubled. It's just a really great card. But that is my Magda Brazen Outlaw deck. It is a newer version of it, or a younger version, I guess you could say, where I've only played it a few times, but I was shocked at how powerful and amazing this deck is. This is an amazing beginner deck. It was very inexpensive. This deck was less than $100. On top of that, you can drop a couple of those $10 dragons. It really wouldn't hurt it too much. You could easily make this deck for $50 and have it be competitive in a mid to high level play group. So here she is, Magda the Brazen Outlaw.